miscued that music completely. Completely miscued it. Completely.
It's fine. You're on holiday. We forgive you. All good.
I see that dominance is broken down below that key level. I guess that the next level for dominance now becomes 32, 33.
Well, 35 is the all-time low. It kind of feels like the market is finally growing up and they're not caring about parents, Bitcoin and Ethereum anymore. And now they're starting to get their own minds. So, you know, we're waiting for this market to move. We're waiting for Bitcoin to do something, but it's doing nothing. We're taking control now. And we can start to see a beautiful amount of green in the altcoin market, which is fantastic.
I do think that there is a big Bitcoin move incoming. A lot of people have been talking about a big Bitcoin move incoming. One of those people is Will Clemente, who says that there is going to be a volatility squeeze. There's going to be a volatility squeeze, and the volatility squeeze is coming up very soon. Also, there was a whale yesterday that tried to invoke a long squeeze, and it didn't work. And I was watching it live, and I saw what he was doing. He was selling, and then he quickly had to cover his shorts. And I was watching this live and in real time. So it looks like there are some whale games going on. So today, let's talk about the whale game.
Is that why we got that pump and dump? That quick little.
That's why we got that. Oh. That's why we got that candle. That's why we got that candle, because it was one whale. I'll show you the addresses. I'll show you that. I will also. Today, I have a very, very, very special giveaway for the Banter fam. Really special. Really special giveaway for the Banter fam.
Fantastic.
So let's do it, bro. Let's do it,
brother.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Enter the sniper. That is a nice little touch, definitely. Randers are not feeling a little bit better, like the alts. I don't know. I'm feeling better today. I just feel the market's feeling a little bit better. And I feel we're hopefully on the road to recovery, brother.
I mean, I don't know. It feels like nothing's happening. I mean, I looked at my portfolio this morning. You know, the last couple of days I've woken up. I've seen Fantom at close to all-time highs. Well, not close to all-time highs, but certainly heading higher. I saw a lot of the T shares was doing well. This morning I woke up and it was like, really? Like, is this the best we got? So I don't know, a little bit boring, but some of the coins are doing well. I see Pickle Finance is finally waking up.
This in a while, though. It's nice to at least see the whole alt market is starting to slowly grind again. We haven't had that in a while, so it is a good thing, and obviously the dominance is a great thing as well.
That's the only chart that matters, and I mean, it's actually getting. What this is showing is that there's an impatience now with Bitcoin, completely impatient. The market's kind of saying,
they're getting tired of Bitcoin.
We can't wait anymore. We just can't wait anymore. We have to. we have to get. We have to get the show on the road. There are a lot of people on Twitter that are talking about a volatility squeeze. We're going to look at what a volatility squeeze is today. There are a few alts. I think there's another altcoin gem that has momentum. I think it's good. I've started doing the research. I took a small position in it yesterday. I'm going to increase my position, so we're going to talk about that. I do have a big giveaway for the Banter fam, a very special giveaway for the Banter fam, so we'll talk about that. What else? Tentino, what else is happening today?
Yeah, we got a few alts. So obviously the ones we spoke about beginning of the week are all doing fantastic right now. I just want to jump on those and see where we're looking with a lot of them. There are a few more as well that we're looking at right now. And yeah, the alts are showing strength. They're all starting to break daily trends and they're all starting to get a bit of volume. So Bitcoin squeeze, but I think we'll jump into that shortly. I think first, let's get everyone to join the family.
I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at myself here in the camera. I see the picture, and I look brown. I look like I've been in the Caribbean.
I was going to ask you there. I was going to ask you, you've been tanning or what? What's you?
So I wanted to rent a boat because I'm at a place here where there's canals, and without a boat, you got no chance. So I wanted to rent a boat, but there was no one who was renting boats because there's no insurance. So no one's willing to rent you a boat. So the only solution was to buy a boat and then sell the boat back to the owner afterwards. So you find someone who's willing to sell you their boat, you buy their boat. So I managed to pick up a boat, but it's not a good boat. It's like a piece of shit boat. Now, one of the things that's wrong with the boat is the petrol gauge doesn't work. So a lot of things are wrong with it. But the one thing that's really wrong with it is that it doesn't tell you when you're running out of petrol. And it was the first time that I've driven it. So I didn't know how long the petrol tank lasts. And I can tell you now, the petrol tank doesn't last a lot. Don't ask me how I know.
Yeah, please tell us how you know. Were you stuck in the middle of the dam or in the middle of the ocean?
I went out on a boat yesterday with 6 kids, all of them under 8 years old.
Oh.
And in the middle of this lagoon, the boat runs out of petrol. I've got 6 kids with me. The youngest one is 1 year old, and the oldest one is like 8.
Oh,
and the boat just runs out of petrol. Just gone.
So how long were you stranded for?
I think like 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
I had to find someone who's got a boat. They had to go and find petrol. They had to bring me the petrol. And then you have to try and explain to them where you're at. You're trying to send them a WhatsApp pin, but there's no real signal, so they're not really getting your pin. It was a lot of fun. And the result is no suntan lotion. And now I look like Enrique Iglesias. Julio.
That's brilliant.
Anyway, so for those of you who are new to our channel, welcome. Smash those likes, subscribe to our channel. Subscribe today because today there's going to be giveaways again. I think when we get to 4,000 likes, we'll do the giveaways. Let's do that. Let's quickly go through the charts just to see where we're at. Let's talk about that short squeeze. Let's go do it.
Let's do it, brother. So obviously what has happened since yesterday and what's happened in the actual market. I was having a look. It is actually very nice to see this nice green surge over here. I saw Chainlink woke up quite quickly. I see a lot of them, Fantom absolutely exploding. So it's nice to see that. And the main thing is yesterday we had that little volatility move. Yeah, I was going to jump to the now.
Let's go to Fantom quickly. Just jump to Fantom. Oh, Fantom, we've had a great run. Oh, there it goes again.
Ooh. Golden ratio,
okay,
baby.
now.
Golden ratio.
I wonder if the haters watch the show, because the haters are so quick to point out when you call something and it goes down. When you call up, it's like they just disappear. You can't find them. All you hear is crickets.
Yeah, it's the normal.
Where would you take profits? I mean, we've been here. We're talking about like 50% in the last 2 weeks.
No, it's done ridiculous.
Am I right?
Yeah. So this has done more. It's way more. So this has done 146%.
In how long?
In the last two to 3 weeks. So from the 19th of December.
And T-shares
I'll
has
check
done
T-shares now. I think it's done even, it's done even more. So I think we're starting to get to the understanding again. Remember, guys, the best thing in crypto is experience. So once you've gone through 1 or 2 of these big dips and these big movements, you'll soon start to learn how you need to capitalize in those zones. You can see how strong the bulls are always. So what I'm looking at with Fantom is, we are starting to get to a squeeze to Bitcoin, which I'll get to shortly. But, Fantom at some point, we always have these really strong rallies up. And when we have, 100, 200% to the upward side, it is quite often we can have a 20, 30% correction. And that can be a 5% move on Bitcoin. It can be a small move on Bitcoin with a dominant spiking up, and there can be some sort of view. The only thing is, it all matters on if you were buying the previous highs, then I'd maybe be looking up at freeing up a little bit, because I know at some point, we do, doesn't matter, even if we go a little bit higher, we will have a little bit of a correction and then the continuation pattern. So if you're buying up higher points, previous time you're buying up higher levels, at this point of year, I'll just to make sure, I'd be freeing up a little bit of cash as we keep progressing to the upward side. But if we bought anywhere in these regions here, I would not be touching. I would not be selling absolutely nothing. Like, you know what I mean? I'd be holding, because this bad boy is going to move.
Let's do the Fibonacci. Put the Fibonacci. Just tell me when Fibonacci says I'm a sell.
Okay, so if we have a look, so if we take Fib from, remember, if I want to see the correction, I want to take from top to bottom. So what I want to do is I want to take from there to there, and we have broken through the golden ratio. So that's usually the reversal. You could see how we had rejection there, but we've broken through that. So this is showing that obviously Fantom has fully reversed, and all that we can look from Fantom is normal, healthy corrections. So not crazy corrections, just nice. If it grows 100%, we can have a 30% correction. It can grow another good 50, 80%, 30% correction. So where I'm looking at...
You're getting insane yields. You're getting insane yields.
Yeah, everything's sort of working with Fantom right now. So, the data's there, the charts are there, everything's looking great. So I won't be buying now. I'll be waiting for that little pullback at any single point, which I'll be here to help you guys with. And it all depends. If you guys bought the absolute top, the last time Fantom was at these levels, then I'd be looking to free up a little bit, because we could get it another 20, 30% down at any point, and then capitalizing on that. But if you're in anywhere, $1, $2, those regions, I will not be selling at all.
So this is our journalists yesterday. Great guys. I mean, they're really good. They wrote this article yesterday. They called it Layer 1 2.0. And they spoke about the Fantom. They spoke about Fantom. That's up on our website, our new Crypto Banter website, which is now giving you guys amazing. It's a Twitter type experience. I'll show you that in a second. But what they said is Fantom's got the 4 elements: amazing tech, amazing builders, amazing community, and amazing incentives. And what they said, I love this part. They went and they said, okay, so Fantom has a secret DeFi source, and they talk about the 3 musketeers. And the 3 musketeers are Andre Cronje in tech, Daniel Sester in community building, and Harry, they call him, I love the way, he'll kill me. He's going to kill me for reading this out loud, but I have to read this out loud. It says something like, last but not least, the final piece of the puzzle, deep pockets. Every project needs their Midas figure. Someone with a kind of access to capital that you can only find at the top level. Luckily, Fantom has the Banter family's favorite, Harry. Harry's is a filthy rich degen who's heavily involved and invested in Fantom. He's the kind of guy that bathes in money. Not literally, but but who knows what he gets up to in Dubai. So, I mean, this article is brilliant.
Love it.
What you'll see now is that on the Crypto Banter website, we've got this sign in with Twitter button. It's starting to work now. And that means that, okay, it's not working yet, but as soon as it works, effectively what's going to happen is you're going to be able to sign in using your Twitter account. Oh, you guys just crashed the website. Congratulations, Banter fam. You've just done it again. But what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to log in using your Twitter and basically integrate into a Twitter type experience when you're surfing the Crypto Banter site. So it's a social news portal. You're going to be able to share your own stories, comment on the stories, etc., etc. That's going to be live later today.
Amazing. So I think let's jump in. Let's go a quick overview on Bitcoin and where we're looking at. So guys, we had the little volatility spike yesterday. And one thing I did like about it is we obviously reclaimed it very quickly. Guys, if you have a look here now, yesterday we had an increase in volume. And as you can see, I got this average that moves. It's a moving average for volume. And when we usually go over that average at some point, it starts to show that, a bigger move is happening or something's happening. And what I mean by that is the last time that we went over the average over here, you can see how we got a nice sort of change in trend, right? Bitcoin was starting to trend up. We then had the breakthrough of that, and then we started to get the pullback. So getting the little sign yesterday that volume came into the market was great. Now, they obviously tried to get it where a little fake out, where Bitcoin started to rally through to 47K, and then they had the quick little short down, and that took in quite a bit of volume. We then bounced again. Guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. We are bouncing every time we are hitting the 45 to the 46K region. We keep getting bought up. Now, this is the simplicity of understanding. We're in sideways market. We're in accumulating market. When we're in an accumulating market, they flush out the retail, they slow everything down, they make you lose interest, but the whales are stocking up on each little bite to the bottom. Now, what I love about seeing the candle today is look how much volume it took for them to push the price down from 47 down to 45, 500 or anywhere in that zone. Look how quickly they reclaimed it today with no volume. Look there today. We absolutely have one of the most tiniest little volume bars over here. And look how we already have a bullish engulfing candle. Remember masterclasses, guys. There's the bullish engulfing, and it's showing how quickly that I still see the bears are getting super tired. And what I am calling is I'm looking at the end of the wedge. I'm looking at a nice clear breakout. If it's up to the downward side, we have two lines here which can help as predict. But that's when I sort of see the dominance having a little shift for a little while and then continuation within that. Now, we saw that thing with Will where he was saying, let's jump in here, that the Bollinger Bands now are starting to get to a squeeze point. Now, what does that mean? Guys, I will be doing masterclass on Bollinger Bands to help you understand them. But what they do is these bands like to expand when we start to get a lot more volatility in the markets. And when we start to settle, we start to get to this point where we start to looking at a sort of squeeze, right? And we could see that previously over here, we started to get to a flat point where, nothing's really happening much. We're in an accumulating cycle. And this is very similar to what happened over here, where you could see we had higher volatility, then the volatility drops. And we start getting less moves. So what I mean by that is Bitcoin was previously moving in the beginning of this range between 44 to 52,000. That's a $10,000 range. Now, for the last 2-3 days, we've only been moving between 48 and 45. Now it's only $3,000. And when that usually happens is it slows it all down. You start to get a squeeze in the bands. And that indicates that a big move is starting to thing. And we can look at those bands opening up. And volatility is looking to then start to enter the actual, we're going to start getting a lot more volatile markets. And as you could see, the last time we were at these zones where it started to slow down, started to get this little squeeze over here, you could see we started to get a nice little change in the market. Now, this is great for us because what does it do for us? It just shows us that at some point we're going to move out of this sideways phase and we're going to get a good move. Now, I take that and I then jump into the point of where are my trend lines? And the trend lines is going to help me which way are we going to move. Now, what does this do for us, guys? It means that by the end of this week, all we're doing is we're getting to the end of that wedge. Now, I know with Randy's going to say there that leverage is still high, right? So could this be a move to the downward side? Because what this does is it gives us an indication that a big move is coming, tighten up. And what I mean by that is when we get to the end of this wedge over here, all I'm saying is we're going to be tightening up stop losses because if we're going to break, we want to break to the upward side. We break to the downward side, we want to get stopped and we want to be reclaiming lower sort of thing. So at least it gives us that little hint that a big move is coming. Prep yourself. We have two lines which will show us which direction we're going to move. Leverage is high. We can see where leverage is sitting at that point now. What's your thoughts on that leverage, bud? You know what I mean? It just doesn't stop, and I feel leverage is different to what it was a year ago. I feel it's different though. It just climbs all the time.
Sheldon, the last time that I didn't trust my gut on leverage, I got taken out. So now I trust my gut on leverage, and my gut says that the leverage is very, very high. Look at this. Not only is it high, it's actually high and increasing. It's increasing exponentially. Look how sharply it's increasing. There must be a move.
That's great for us. So that means, go for it.
The move can be up. The move can be up, but I think that there's a lot of things that are saying that there's a move imminent. Let's look at what they are. First thing is the wedge. That wedge is saying that by Monday there's going to be a move, right? More or less.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you've got Will Clemente saying, here it is, this thing over here. He's saying there is a volatility squeeze coming. In other words, something is going to happen. We will see volatility. We haven't seen volatility for a long period of time. So that is starting to happen now. Then you've got a divergence forming between Bitcoin and the 10-year yield, a positive development. So again, showing that there's something that's going to happen. This is referring to the 10-year bond yields. The 10-year bond yields are going up, and that's usually a leading indicator for Bitcoin. Usually it's a positive indicator. So I think you can see it over here. So there is something brewing over here. Also, let's just call a spade a spade. Bitcoin doesn't like to move sideways.
Yeah.
We need to get direction. It might be up, it might be down. We need to get direction. I'm preparing myself for both options. I suspect that the market is going to go up, but I've got a stop loss on all. Don't try and call the market. Don't try and call the market up or down, because you will get wiped out if it goes the wrong way. Prepare yourself for both. And my saying for that is manage the downside and let the upside take care of itself.
Exactly.
Just manage your downside.
100%.
If you get stopped, you get stopped. Let the upside take care of itself.
Guys, we focus every day on entries anyway, so there's always going to be entries. The main thing is a big move's coming. So what do? Tighten up, get ready for it. If it moves in our direction, great. If it doesn't, then we go catch some specials. It's how the game actually works. But you know where we're looking now, and it's quite interesting with that dominance, buddy. You know what I mean? It's the alts have already, you know, they're still cheap in my opinion. Like a lot of them are still way lower than their all-time highs. You know, another big dump and a turn in dominance, you know, like what does it do to some of these alts? And I think that's what we spoke about yesterday in the quality is a really good I think to be focusing on. So I don't know if you've got anything up there before I jump into the charts and continue.
I want to show you something. I don't want to be a prophet of doom, and I don't want to be this this person who's calling the market down, but I have to find a little article for you. Something that may scare the market. Here it is. Let me quickly call it up for you guys over here. So I'm not saying that this is going to scare the markets. I'm not saying it's going to crash the markets, but I'm saying we must keep our eyes open on this. I don't actually know if the market actually even cares about this anymore, but there is a new variant of the COVID-19 virus which has been found in France. Well, this is
again.
France detects new COVID variant. You know, you laugh, but the problem is that this could spook the stock market. And if it spooks the stock market, you know what happens. Stock markets go down, Bitcoin takes. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying keep your eyes on this. Know that it's out there. Know that it's around. The only thing they're saying is that it's much more resilient to the vaccines and much more infectious. That's all they're saying about it. I don't know if it's, I mean, I don't know if the market actually gives a shit about it. I don't give a shit about it, but let's see what happens. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll make some more noise. We've got to keep our eyes on these things. We can't ignore these things.
I do agree. I just do feel at some point, you know, the people are starting to get a little bit tired of this running their lives. You know what I mean? I think we are getting to that point where it's like, okay, it's been 2 years now. So one thing that I did have a look at was obviously the US is now in all-time high territory and it's looking strong as hell. Like it's literally, it's just going, right? And this is looking for a really good rampage. Now, you remember that this was the previous dump off that caused the Bitcoin dump, this one over here. And then the second dump was obviously this one at this section over here. Now, the last time we had this was this region over here, and this was in September, right? This was when Bitcoin was sitting. It had the little dump offs. There we go. So these two dump offs over here were exactly those two dump offs that we had on the stock market. Now, the only difference is we had the stock market reclaim itself in 2 weeks to 3 weeks. The crypto market only reclaimed in 6 weeks. So what it's showing me is that we're always having a 2 to 3 week delay between the crypto market to the stock market. Now, we've only had the stock market reclaim itself the last week. You know, the last week or two, we've had the stock market reclaim back to the highs. And I'm still looking the same thing. You know, we have the end of the week decision. A breakout to the topward side by the end of the week makes sense to me. And it makes sense to me, you know, that it's still falling in the same thing, that the stock market recovers first, and then we have the crypto market that reclaims after. Because why did the stock market literally raise everything, and the crypto market hasn't done much, like since those lows? It's done a bit, but it's done absolutely zero. So, you know, why are we getting such a big shift back from the stock market we're not getting in the crypto market? So that's just a nice little thing to also keep an eye on, and it is obviously pointed in our side. Now, quick one on dominance. This is great, guys.
All I'm seeing here is a higher high. All I'm seeing there is a higher high. When I look at that previous chart, all I'm seeing is higher high.
Exactly. Higher lows, higher high. No, it's clearly trending up. It's obviously to see where will the stock market go from here. Guys, it's done it so many times. So how many times did the stock market do it in the last year? There was one there. There was one there. There was one there. Guys, it's done it so many times. And what happens? They put the printing machines on and they get it back to where it needs to get. And they put the printing machines on and gets it back to where it gets. So this is why we love buying specials, why we love buying pullbacks in the actual market. So where we're looking with that now, guys, I want to jump in and go through these quite quick. Bitcoin dominance, one thing fantastic is we got the lowest close that we've had until the all-time low of dominance. So we have closed under this line. Now, will we stay out of that line? We will see. It doesn't matter. What did Rand just say? A higher high is important, right? A lower low is just as important too. Now, dominance has made a full lower low. And that's a great thing, which is always indicating that we're going to get a lower high. And that's a really important thing to understand, which means, we were talking yesterday, those 50, 60% dominances for Bitcoin, I think are long gone. And I think people are now over that point now. They're over Bitcoin running the full markets. And this is just another clear indication what's showing that. And that's why we're starting to get the alt market that's starting to recover quite well and starting to do well. Do you want to add anything around before I move on?
There's a new narrative in town. So I think the first narrative was Bitcoin. The second narrative was smart contract blockchains. I think now the new narrative is what they call EVM Wars. So which EVM chain is going to win? That's what they call EVM Wars. Which Ethereum virtual machine chain is going to win? And there's Avalanche, there's Fantom, there is Polygon Layer 2. It's basically saying which chain is going to win the war where Ethereum has failed. I think that's the narrative that's going to start happening now.
I agree. And that's why we're getting such massive, guys, there was literally over the last month, we've had about 5 to 10 altcoins that have really ripped it while this market's been terrible. And like we're saying, smart money. So where we're looking at here, guys, we've had a lot of good calls throughout the week. And all that we know, sorry, just put it back on. There we go. All that we know is we get into crunch time, right? We get into a point end of the week where we got to put in stop losses. We've got to tighten up stop losses. We must never be afraid at these points. And I'm going to help you with that end of the week. We're just going to tighten up. But if all works to plan, we're going to get the big breakout. And we've got beautiful entries in the market. So a lot of the coins we've been buying up, Render, I still feel is good where it is because it had a small little pullback of where it was yesterday. So I still think Render's looking.
Don't buy.
Be patient.
It's not a buying. Be patient. It's not a buying opportunity for Render. We're not in buying levels for Render. Don't buy it. We love Render. It's amazing. Don't buy it yet. We're just not in buying territory for it. That's the way I see it.
No, I agree. So let's go through the ones we did get some beautiful buys on. Qredo, beautiful. Cup and handle breakouts. This is great. We're not buying now, but our entries are great. Our entries are in. We're up, 10, 15%. Stop loss at entry. I know there's a big move coming at the end. I got an entry. I want to look after it. Just put a stop loss in play. Beautiful. We're looking at Atom, which was quite interesting because we did break out beautifully to the zones. We just touched all-time high. The only thing is we've had a really strong rampage to the upward side. So let's wait for that little pullback. Let's wait for that, and we'll be catching that. I was looking at, let's just go through all of them. I look at the Chainlink breakout. This was good. There's our entries, guys. Golden zone entries. Beautiful. Now you put your stop loss at entry. You hold out strong there. Cardano hasn't had a move yet. I'm not afraid to ladder in dollar costing a little bit here. I'm just going to be tightening up stop losses at the end of the week. This is only one that hasn't done absolutely nothing. So that's why I'm not afraid to dollar cost alone to this because it hasn't had that long streak as what a lot of the other coins are doing at. I'm also dollar costing a little bit into Energy Web. I just still feel it's a little bit cheaper and it's right by support. I will put some stop losses closer to the end of the week. If we look at EGLD, we got a good buy there. This is a good candle. It's a good engulfing. Do you see how we minimized how quickly the market slowed down so little? And look how quickly the bulls are reclaim it. Remember what I said about volume? Where volume slows down. Volatility slows down. All of a sudden, you get one candle that reclaims it all quickly. So EGLD, I still think looking great. We got good entries on DOT. DOT golden ratio, guys. We've bounced off beautifully off golden ratio. DOT is now looking great. I was looking at Kusama. Kusama was one that's still looking good to me. It's still the tip of our box over here. That one's still looking really good. I just want to go through the rest. RUNE. Yesterday, we got the ThorChain breakout, which was fantastic. And I think from here, this is looking a nice little rampage to about $10, $12 before the big move at the end of the week. I still think the big move is at the end of the week. So if there is one or two little specials now, I'm not afraid to just dollar cost into those, but I'm not chasing anything that is pumped. Anything that has moved and has done something in the last week, I'm not FOMOing into the market yet. But RUNE, guys, I'll be looking at a stop loss around $7 now, giving its room. I really think it's going to move strong. I see Super as well. Look at the slowdown in volume and look how it looks to reclaim. It started to break some trends now, starting to break some higher time frame trends. And we're looking at the average of the volume has decreased so much. The break out of that, like that's when it gives you, look at that, right? When we have this, the last time we had this was here. And look what it does. So if Bitcoin does have the breakouts, we know where Super is going to go. Do you know what I mean? So at least we know a bigger move is coming. Matic, I'm still patient on at this point. Fantom, as we said, Arweave, I saw is also starting to look really good. No buys right now, but I'm definitely not selling right now. And I'll just be looking at a stop loss around $55 for now, just to make sure. Now, one or two of them that we were looking at, and I don't know if we're going to be looking at adding or buying too much just yet, but I'd love your thoughts on them. I know me and you spoke about this morning. Was this Vader? It looks very new. I think it's just obviously on Poloniex.
Let's look at Vader, because I think Vader is something that I spoke to you about before the show. So
that's what I
stumbled upon this. So let me tell you how I found this. I found this using a social listening tool to see where sentiment was going up. So we've got social listening tools that listen to certain social medias. And I wanted to, and this is one of those protocols that started to come up with more and more and more and more mentions. Okay. So start looking at the protocol. The protocol, first of all, the first thing I looked at was the price. Price came up from 2 cents or below, and it's up now at 11 cents. So you got to be warned that this thing has run. But then you go and look at the fundamentals behind it, and it looks good, and it looks super ambitious. So really, really, really good, and really, really, really ambitious. What they've done is, let me take you to their website. I think that's the best place to look at this, and you can kind of see what these guys are and what they're doing. Here we go. Let me quickly just get in. Sorry, I've got very, very, very bad internet where I am, so we have to just live with it. Okay, so what is it? Effectively, it is a protocol which is a AMM kind of DEX, which has all the features of, say, for example, a ThorChain. Then it has this minting and burning mechanism, almost like Luna, where if you want to create more of their stable coin, which is called USDV, you have to burn Vader. So as more people start to use this, they're going to start buying, they're going to start creating more of these USDVs, and they're going to be burning Vader to do it. So that Luna thing. And then it's got that bond mechanism that OHM has, that OM has. So it looks, at first glance, this thing looks amazing. I'm not telling you guys that I'm ready to go all in. All full disclosure, I did take a position in this yesterday for the first time after doing a little bit of research. I paid slightly less. I paid about, it went up a couple of percent after I bought it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe my position it's quite. It doesn't have millions and millions and millions of dollars. So for me, it's a good protocol. It seems like a good protocol, and there's a lot of social noise that's starting to happen around this. And if that's the case, then you'd be silly not to put a small bet on it. And that's what I did. I put a small bet on it, and then I'm going to start watching to see what happens. If it goes down, I'll find out why it's going down, and I may double down. If it goes up, I may just keep buying and buying and buying as it goes up. So I've actually dipped my feet in the water when it comes to Vader protocol. It started off on social noise. I then took that and I added that to the fundamentals. Looked amazing. Bang, jumped in. Here I don't have a stop loss because I'm happy to lose my entire position.
You investor.
I'm an investor. I'm happy to lose my entire position if it goes down. I've spoken to a lot of people that I trust in the industry. They all know about it. They're starting to put bets on it. That was that one. There were a couple of others. Yesterday on Hustle Show and In the Game, we spoke about, I'm just trying to find it for you guys here. Sorry, my internet here is atrocious. We spoke about the Senate token, which is the Sidus token. And that one went up. One went up beautifully. That one went up beautifully. Here it is. Let me show it to you. So it's the Sidus game, but it's the Senate token. Now, what not many people know is that the actual governance token is Senate. People think that Sidus is the governance token. It's not. Senate is the governance token. Sidus, hold on. I see that my internet is completely jumping around here. So that one did very, very well. The other one that I saw this morning, I saw Paribas, which is one of our favorite tokens. I think that's also doing something. Can you call up a chart? Because
so if I jump on here, so Paribas look good. It's had a really nice run. I'm looking at the 1 hour there. So this is looking nice because we're looking at a nice little cup and handle breakout. Obviously, what's nice about it, remember, guys, Bitcoin's getting to critical levels. So we're not aping yet, but if Bitcoin breaks trends to the upward side, we want to be getting good positions. So what Rand's been going through, he's been giving you really good fundamental coins, which means you add them to the radar now. And when we see it's either time that they're on special or there's a time of a breakout, you know which coins you want to be laddering into. So Paribas looking good. I'll be laddering possibly a little bit in this zone over here, but I'm very cautious till the end of the week for the key breakout that we're looking for. And if that, Paribas can look a nice strong breakout from here to the region of 40, 50 cents in the mid zone. And that's obviously great gains. Yeah. And we're just waiting for the key breakout. Same with Veda as well. Same thing. It's looking good. I'm just being a little bit more cautious, knowing until the end of the week. We spoke about this morning, Akash.
Akash has been climbing up every single day. I think I called it like 3 days ago, and I told you guys that I think it was at 150. It was climbing. That's what it looks like now. It's had that breakout.
Yeah. So I won't buy now, but I would wait for a decent, catching at a support buy around 2.3, 2.2 will be great. But this is one we need to keep our radars on, guys. When we see some specials on this, we want to be adding. I personally want to add some more to my bag. So I won't be chasing the pump just yet, but I'll be keeping it on my radar. When it's on special or Bitcoin has that key breakout, I'm not afraid to be laddering in. We spoke about the next one, which was Pickle.
Let's talk about Akash for 1 second, because I think Akash is an important one. Why do I like Akash? Because it talks about that narrative of decentralized metaverse. Akash is decentralized computing power. It means that we use other people's computers, not Amazon Web Services as computers. We use computing power from other people's computers, distributed computing power. The reason why I like it is if we want to build a decentralized metaverse, we can't run it on Amazon. We've got to run it on a decentralized platform, and Akash could be that platform. Now, here's a token that was at like $6 or $7. If you zoom out, what you'll see is that there was a token that was at $6 or $7, hit a downtrend, and in a bad market seems to have broken trend. So look at that. In a bad market seems to have broken trend. That's telling you that the market knows something. That's telling you that the market it's not a coincidence that in a bad market this thing's breaking trend. In a very, very, very good, strong narrative. So for me, Akash, if it does pull back, get yourself a position. I did tell you guys 3 days ago to get yourself a position at 150. It's now 220 or whatever it is, 270.
270,
Very much one of the tokens that I'm watching.
And I like that it's broken above the average. I love that. That's volume. So that's a good one. Go for it, brother.
Let's look at Pickle and then let's do some giveaways if we got the giveaways.
Cool. So Pickle's great. I do like where this is looking now. I like that the volume has now reached over the average, which was good, which means we're starting to reverse some sort of trend. So Pickle's broken out a trend where it is now, and I would love to be catching it anywhere on a support buy, which is around the $9 region. And the main thing is I'm not laddering in more than 10, 20% of my capital that I want to buy right now until the end of the week. But a Bitcoin breakout at the end of the week, can move Pickle very quickly to the upward side. And the next resistances we're looking at is $15 to $17. So, that's a good 50, 60%. So I'll keep radar on this. And obviously, we get the big move we want at the end of the week. I don't want to miss out.
I must say, I think if I were to put money on any of these with a stop loss, I'd probably put it down on Veda today. I think that, look, I did. I put money there last night. I just feel bad. I paid like 10 cents last night, and I'm going to pay 12 cents today. It kind of feels weird, but I might do it. Anyway, let's do some giveaways because I know we are running out of time. You feel like doing some giveaways?
Let's do it, brother. Let's do it.
Okay, so what I'm giving away today to a member of the Banter family, I'm giving away 1 can of Schustroming. So the lucky winner gets a full can.
And it's a big one. Look, it's the size of my face.
It's big. Okay, no, let's talk about giveaways. I've got a very special giveaway for the Banter fam. You remember that I said to you guys that there was this new service that was called BBS.Market. Effectively, what BBS.Market is, let me show you guys, is it is Reddit. It's Reddit, but it's decentralized. And we started a crypto banter community on BBS.Market. Today, it is, I think, the second biggest network in the world. Here it is. It's the crypto banter network. Here it is. What it is it's Reddit you post, and then
Losing your
every
body.
and people can buy the NFTs. So every post here is an NFT, and people can buy the NFTs in power, some bandwidth. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm back. Amazing. Okay, so BBS.Market is like Reddit, but it's completely decentralized. Every post is an NFT, and if you think that a post is going to go viral, you can buy it. So I'm going to go and I'm going to buy this one. I'm going to pay the guy $1, and I'm going to purchase this post. Now I own the right to this post. What that means is that every time someone views it, I get money, but I get it not in cash. I get it in pre-IDO tokens on BBS. So anyone can post, anyone can have fun. We've got a whole lot of communities here. We've got BBS.Market/Banter, BBS.Market/Lunatics. That's for people who like Luna. We've got BBS.Market for people who want to do charts/charts, and BBS.Market/crypto gaming. Okay, now, look at this. Now, we are giving away $5,000 in pre-IDO tokens. All you need to do is you need to go to BBS and comment on this post, which I just put this post here, and it says BBS.Market IDO tokens, $5,000, comment and win. Go and comment, go and win, buy this post, and I will give away $5,000 in pre-IDO tokens. The IDO for BBS is starting today. It's taking place on DAO Maker. A little bit about BBS. BBS is the brainchild of Erol. Erol is the founder of Banter. He created the AMM type DEX, which is like the Banter and SushiSwap. He was the inventor of this thing. It is backed by DCG, Digital Currency Group, Binance Labs. I mean, this is a Polychain Capital. This is an A-grade project. Really, really, really an A-grade project. If you want to participate in the IDO, you don't need DAO Maker tokens. You just need to have a wallet, an EVM wallet on any chain with $6,000 in it. And then you are eligible for the IDO. That's it. You don't need to buy DAO Maker tokens. You don't have to participate in the launchpad. You just have to go there. There is a tweet. Here's the tweet on DAO Maker's page. Go look at the tweet, participate in this. And if you go to BBS.Market, sign up to all our communities, which is C Gaming, Banter, Charts, and Lunatics, and go and comment on my post. And if you do, you could stand a chance to win those $5,000 in pre-IDO tokens. It's the easiest way to make money. And every time you post here, you're also making money. Simple as that. So go and do it. Go and do it. I want to be the biggest community on BBS. And right now, the biggest community on BBS is the BBS community. They got 25,250 members. And the second biggest is Crypto Banter. We've got 23,257. So I think we can become the biggest BBS community in the world. And that means every single time that you post, you earn money. It's the easiest money that you've ever made. Sheldon, I post charts here. Look here. And I make money posting charts. Check out this. And I'm not even...
And you're making money in pre-IDO tokens.
Look at this, bro. Yes, look at this. Look how much money I've made just posting charts. And it was the time when I was learning from your masterclass. Hold on, BBS.Market. Hold on a second. I hope we haven't crashed their site. Guys, do not crash their site. Okay, here it comes. So I've got, look at this. This is from posting charts, bro. $5,506 from posting charts.
That's in the BBS token, right? In the IDO.
So now what I need to do is I need to go and cash out. I haven't cashed out into BBS tokens, but I will do that. Yeah, there's people here, $2.45 for posting this chart, $1.88 for posting this chart. But you're getting this in pre-IDO tokens. That's the part that people don't understand.
They'll soon get it. They will soon get it. I
hope it's not too late. I hope it's not too late.
We're losing you a little bit. Cool. Market's looking good. Much love, Banter fam. We'll see you tomorrow. Big move coming into the week, but we're here every day. Remember to hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you all on the next show. Much love. Random man, put sunblock.